Okay, hello guys, today we're making cubers on Scratch and this is part 6 how to make it. So on the part 6 I will teach you how to make your gameplay. So we start the green flag. And that's it, you see that? So first we're gonna save as a copy. And this is called part 6. But this needs to be costume mode. So we did this. And you see that you can play the game if you want to. And there's our sensing. You can change it to dark mode or light mode. And you see that? So first what we have to do, let's go to Little Kitten and paint a sprite. And I'll call it gameplay. So at the gameplay, you're gonna do something. Now, gameplay. Okay, gameplay. So let's do our gameplay. Okay, pixel red. Gameplay. So we're gonna spell gameplay. Game play. So, and make sure every color that you want. See, I'll show you. So maybe purple. So first we're gonna copy and paste this. And make sure every color that you want. And you can change your color to something else. And make sure it's 102 by 49. Okay, so let's make him bigger, maybe 200. Oh, that's too much. Maybe 100. Yeah, that's good. So after that, you can play your gameplay. So first, when this sprite clicked, then if touching mouse pointer, then we do hide. So we start the green flag and hide. You see that? So let's do a when green flag clicked show. Now let's see if that worked. So when it worked, you see that. He's gonna stand. He's gonna stand right Make sure this is 0. Make sure this is show. Also, we need to make this to 0 and 0. But it's not showing. So let's try that again, okay? So first delete the gameplay. And I'll call it gameplay. Gameplay. Now gameplay. So zoom a little bit of time. So we're gonna spell gameplay. Play. Okay, nice and sweet. And make sure every color that you want, maybe purple. Okay, it's purple like that. And we need to copy and paste this guy. And you can change your color to something else. So maybe like this. Or it can be like this. Let's make him bigger. Bigger-ish. And make sure it's 132 by 61. So he's gonna stand right here. So and make sure it's you need to set the XY to 64 by -77. So now let's start coding. When the sprite clicked, if touching mouse pointer, then hide. Then when green flag clicked, show. Let's see if that worked. So we start the green flag. Wait. This is not. Maybe let's do it costume 2, okay? So this is called game playing. And make sure every color that you want, I want red. Game playing. Gameplay. and paste them. And you can change your color, maybe white. I'll choose white. Maybe backflip. I'll choose backflip. And make sure it's a 132 by 32. So first let's do it. So switch costume to costume 2. Let's see if that worked. I think it didn't. Okay, let's do the background. So we have lots of background. And let's group it. So let's make a new backdrop. And this is called deep. So we use this. And this come for bitmap. And arrays have it like this. And I choose this, and this. Conform to vector. Make sure it's this way. And let's group it. So when it's dark mode or light mode, you need to switch to the next one. And it becomes obtuse. So let's do it. One space key pressed it. Switch backdrop to the backdrop dark. Let's see if that works. So, and it becomes dark mode. Let's put the forever. switch to the dark mode. When it's light mode, let's delete those. Okay. So let's do a one. Okay. Okay, let's do a one. So when the stage clicked, then let's do switch backdrop to the backdrop dark mode. Let's see if that worked. And it becomes it. So when it's light mode, so let's do it. So, and this is gonna be a long video. No, I'll just delete that. And we're gonna make if someone wins the game on Cubers. So this is called win. So see if you like winning the game. If you win the game, then you will get the cube. So on the win, so we have to collect it. So if you like winning the game, you're like touching something. So I'll just do this. So I'll just do this. So when you see if someone wins the game, then you win, right? So first we draw like this, and also make this to 0 and 0. So let's do it. And make sure every color that you want. Maybe purple. Let me try. Okay. Yellow. White. And let's put an exclamation mark on it. So you win. You win. And you can like copy and paste them. Maybe like red. Okay, stopping and no, we're just making blue. Because that has to be the shape. So now let's do it. So if everybody gets the cube, then we have to copy and paste this. Make it bigger. And copy and paste, maybe flip. So let's do it. And we have to touch this. So copy and paste. Make it bigger. And also make this to, I'll call it here, I'll call it key. Here, I'll call it key, I'll call it keywin. So keywin. And I'll put an exclamation mark. Okay, now keywin. Now let's start coding. So first when this sprite clicked. So first let's start by adding a when green flag clicked, then hide. So it's gonna hide. Then when the sprite clicked, show. If touching, now if touching player, okay, if touching cubers, then switch costume to keywin. So let's see if that worked. So we press this. Wait, it doesn't win. Maybe let's delete that guy. So I'll just copy, go to here, go to Little Kitten and Paint, and paste. So let's start coding now. When the sprite clicked, if touching mouse pointer, then we have to switch costume to costume 6. Let's see if that worked. So we start the green flag. So let's see. And it does that, you see that? It becomes win. Yay, we win. Yay, I did it. I win the game. I did it. I win the game. Also, you need to make this to 0 and 0. And make sure. Yay, we win the game. How did we did that? How did it came now? How did we did that? We win. You see that? So let's go to our background. So now we're gonna set the dark mode and the light mode. When I receive dark mode, then we have to switch backdrop to the backdrop dark mode. So when I receive that, we have to change it. And we're gonna set this. So let's make a variable name. And I'll call it, wait, we're not doing that. So now let's go to our win. So first when green flag clicked, and I'll make a variable. I'll call it X and Y. So first set X and set Y. Then we go to motions and we got the X position and the Y position. And I'll make a block. I'll call it You Win. So You Win. And I'll put an exclamation mark. I'll do Shift and we set it to OK. You win. So after that, you set the You Win. Now let's go to our block. So when it's You Win, then go to variables. Then set. So we can set. We can set the Y position to 0, and we just go to motions. No, we just go to here. We just go to here and set the Y position, and let's do it. So when it's .1, we got to set the reset timer. So now we're done with the coding of when. So let's make a when I receive block. And when I receive, we're gonna do a lot of when I receive. So let's do when I receive restart when. So let's do restart when. Now when I receive restart when, and we broadcast it, and we just set it to start when. Start when. Then we go to sensing, put the reset timer right there, and here, forever loop, set size to 100. Now we're done. Actually, this is not gonna be a long video, okay? So bye guys, I'll see you in the part 7, and on the and do you know what? Guess what? On the part 8, it's and do you know? Guess what? On the part 8, it's gonna be the last video. Do you know that? It's gonna be the last video. Actually, this part 7, it's gonna be the last video. So guys, I hope you did your gameplay and your win. And on the part 7, I will teach you how to make all of your when I receive message. So bye right now. Okay.